Yo, Bar.
Lloyd.
So, we made a video recently about the cars that we're looking to sell.
Yeah, we did.
And the result of which was we got lots of people messaging us about the spare engine.
Yeah, so we've had a load of inquiries about it.
And rather than addressing messages individually and all future messages, we just thought it'd be simpler to make a 5-minute video explaining the spec of the engine, a little bit about its history and how much we want for it and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So this was the second race engine that I had in the car. We sourced it from Harvey Gibbs. He built it as a 500 to 550 brake horsepower engine of his spec. So his ports, his valves, all that kind of stuff. We've done 8 or 9 races with it.
Yeah, done well for us.
But we made some changes to the car which probably exceeded what the original spec of what we asked from Harvey from.
Yeah, we did. So we put the 10-inch wheels on and the big spoiler, and we got all the downforce and all the grip. And unfortunately, the oil pressure just couldn't take it. And when we were going into hard corners, we were losing it. So we ended up seizing a bearing onto the crank, and the engine came out. It got rebuilt by MJ Racing. We took it out for a couple of shakedowns, and then we went for a dyno session at Andrew Gallagher. We went down to Anglesey for a race meet, and straight away, as soon as we got on the track, we had low oil pressure. So back up the road, pretty dejected, took the engine out, checked it all over, right down to component, and found out it was a bit of silicone that had been trapped up in the strainer. So we got it all cleaned out. Whilst it was out, we replaced the bearings, piston rings, and a full set of new gaskets. And it's now been our spare race engine ever since.
And we've never had grounds to use it because we've been pretty happy with the performance of our existing engine. But we had ordered a new engine to be made at Harvey's, and it's just about ready to get picked up. And with that, that means that our spare engine becomes a spare engine, and we no longer need it. So can you talk me through the components that's in it, a little bit of the spec of it, please?
So it's on a standard crank. It's got ACL bearings. The crank's been reground once, so it's one oversize. We've got Bridgeway rods. We've got the Cosworth WRC pistons, fresh rings, WRC head gasket. It's still the head that Harvey done on it. It's got big valves, ported intake, BD14 and BD16 camshafts. We were running a Garrett G30 660 turbo on a custom Harvey manifold, and our intake was the Roman Opliger intake. Now it's currently sitting here. It's got a dry sump pump on it and a dry sump rear wheel drive sump. We've got it on just for dress up. We have a 4-wheel drive big wing sump in stock that can come with the engine.
Okay, so if you've got a Cosworth engine in your car, really you would be able to take the components off of that, take the plenum off, take the manifold and turbo, bolt it straight onto this, and it would give you the capacity to turn the power up to 550, because this is the mechanical aspect of it, and this is built, very much not just to take 500 brake, but to take 500 brake, under racing conditions. So that's full throttle for 20 minutes. It's not a blast up the dual carriageway bar. This is a proper built, race engine here.
Yeah,
I'm looking for £8,000 for the engine, which is, when you add up how much it's cost me and the components that's in it, it wasn't a sound investment. But then again, we did get 8 or 9 races from the engine, and that's racing, kid.
That's racing, kid. You're right.
But it's got the best of pistons. It's got the Cosworth WRC pistons that we sourced from Modatech, with the fancy coating on the side of them. It's got supposedly the best rods you can buy just now, the Bridgeway rods. everything else is fresh.
It's the Newman cams that are on it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's the real deal. But in summary, Barry, if you are looking for a short block ready to go that you can go and compete with at round about the 500 to 550 brake horsepower mark, this is sitting on the shelf ready to go.
Absolutely.
Right, give me a call if I can be of assistance.